everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, I came across this article on Instagram, editor in chief Vogue to step aside amid rumors of a rift with Anna Wintour. Yeah, you all must remember him, don't you? If not, I will remind you. There was a report, they reported to have been a power struggle over attempts to make radical changes to the 130-year-old publication. Edward Enniful is leaving his role as editor-in-chief of British Vogue amid rumors of a rift with Anna Wintour. You remember Edward, don't you? Of course you do. Meghan made her infamous cover that she copied from Samantha Brett and Steve Adams. They released uh, this cover on the left in 2016, and Meghan copies it in, let me lift that up, in 2019 when she did this hideous looking cover. They called it in 2016 the Game Changers, and Meghan called it Forces for Change, and they copied the words fearless, fabulous, etc. Meghan used the same words. So yeah, so that was the first thing. But then also, of course, Meghan took a stab at Kate saying, I don't want to be on the cover. I'm going to make a cover like an editor, and like trying to push herself as being superior to Kate in that instance. And you recall who was on the cover. So everybody on the cover of this magazine that Meghan selected, and of course, she notably did not select the Queen to be on the cover, which was very offensive considering the Queen is who made her famous. She would be a nobody nothing without the royal family and the Queen, pushing her to worldwide recognition, worldwide infamy. Well, the royal family made her famous, and Meghan made herself infamous from it. But all the people, including, of course, Greta Thunberg, is on this. You can see it right there. The brat, the New World Order poster child for the Rothschild and Bill Gates and all the rest, using her to push their hysteria about alleged climate change doesn't really exist. And of course, dictator Elizabeth Arden was on the cover as well. So Meghan had all these New World Order puppets. Everybody on here is part of the Illuminati New World Order, in my opinion. They wouldn't be there otherwise. This is Meghan's globalist gang here. Christy Turlington, Salma Hayek, and of course Jane Fonda, trader extraordinaire. So all these people are just in the same boat. So very awful cover, selecting a dictator and a a puppet, a little girl puppet liar, Greta Thunberg, a little actress that they paid off. Whole thing was a scam from beginning to end for the New World Order, pushing the New World Order agenda. And now her buddy who put her in that position to be able to make that cover has had to step aside, like Harry and Meghan step back. I think he was probably fired, but we're going to look into it. Because he was a 51-year-old NFL is reported to have been involved in power struggle with American Vogue editor over his attempts to make radical changes to the 130-year-old publication, including a push to make it genderless. So again, pushing the New World Order trans agenda, which is satanic agenda. Actually, saying New World Order is more like satanic agenda, because we all know it's Satanists behind the whole thing. If you think about it, the genderless thing, mutilating these kids' genitalia, is all about the Baphomet. The Baphomet figure is male and female at the same time, and there's children. When you see a depiction, there's always children in front of him because they like to kill and torture children. I'm saying the Satanists. So, genderless is what they're trying to do, make it more satanic. And so, obviously, this man is satanic too. Anyways, so on Friday, NFL announced to his staff that he was leaving as a role of European editorial director and editor in chief of the British magazine to take on a global advisory position at the publication. During his 6 years at the helm, okay, so it looks like he's still there. Maybe it wasn't fired, but it does look like he had a step down, I guess. Must be a downward step from editor in chief to global advisory. I don't know. During his 6 years at the helm, Mr. They couldn't fire him, I guess, because then they would be accused of racism. So I guess they found another way to do it. During his 6 years at the helm, Mr. Enniful was the first male and first black editor of the magazine, has championed diversity. Under his editorship at the British magazine featured a transgender model for the first time. The Oscar-nominated Timothy Chalamet became the first man on the cover, and Sinead Burke became the first ever visibly disabled person featured on the front of any of Vogue's magazines. Okay, and there's NFL with a bunch of models, 2017. NFL hit the headlines when he released an edition of guest edited by the Duchess of Suing and Sex when she claimed changed the quote superficial focus of the fashion industry into pages of quote positivity, kindness, humor, and inclusivity. Again, DIE, diversity, inclusivity, equity, right? All part of the satanic global agenda. UN Agenda 2030. However, a biography of the Duchess has since alleged that the pair clashed. Oh, Meghan clashed with NFL? Oh, over her vision, and she even attempted to change the publication's schedule. Yeah, that sounds like Meghan. That's something she would do for sure. She gets an opportunity that she doesn't deserve, and then she tries to change the schedule around herself, even though she's doing absolutely nothing. Since taking the first post in April 2017, there has been constant speculation that NFL would replace Ms. Wintour at the helm of the global fashion publisher, with insiders saying he was the only real threat to her power. In an email to staff published by Vogue Business on Friday, he suggested that he would be replaced by a head of editorial content rather than a new editor in chief. The magazines in Paris and India have already replaced seasoned editors with a new digital savvy generation. Uh-huh. Clashing with Ms. Wintour. Mm-mm-mm. Well, she's like the queen, right? I mean, Anna Wintour is like the queen of Vogue. And of course, look how Meghan and her gang treated the Queen of England. You think they're going to treat the Queen of Vogue any better? So I'm sure he was probably pushing his way into her spot and wasn't, and was probably uh, being, I mean, I don't know the details of this, but I'm sure he was like gunning to just say, telling her to retire already, I'm sure, right? Anyways, Mr. NFL told staff he had been discussing with Ms. Wintour and Roger Lynch, chief executive officer of the magazine's publisher, Condé Nast, how he could play a broader role in enhancing Vogue globally. Quote, I am excited to share with you that from next year I will be stepping into a newly appointed position of editorial advisor of British Vogue and global creative and cultural advisor of Vogue, where I will continue to contribute to the creative and cultural success of the Vogue brand globally while having the freedom to take on broader creative projects. To optimize my increased global responsibilities. Global, look at this, global, global, global. He wants to be more global. He wants to take on global responsibilities for a globalist agenda, New World Order agenda. Oh my goodness. Why doesn't he just call everybody global citizens like Harry and Meghan did? And to give British Vogue the new focus it will deserve, we saw the opportunity to hire, in concert with our global editorial structure and head of editorial content for British Vogue, a push for diversity. NFL, whose career in editing began at ID magazine when he was 18, had once been a protege of Ms. Wintour, who hired him on American Vogue prior to him being appointed fashion director at W, another Condé Nast publication. Vogue has previously denied rumors of a rift, and Mr. NFL thanked his former boss when announcing that he was leaving his post as editor in chief. A source at the publisher insisted that the move increased his global responsibilities and is a continuation of his long standing relationship with Condé Nast, which stems over 25 years. He took over the post in 2017. Uh huh. Yeah, so blah blah blah. NFL has talked about his drive to increase diversity among staff and in print. Last month, British Vogue cover featured five disabled stars. NFL to reveal the issue was personal as he lives with invisible disabilities. The Ghanaian-born editor has told how he has problems with his vision and hearing, as well as a blood disorder, sickle cell trait. In recent days, he also talked about how he knew he was gay from a young age. If my dad would have known, he would have slit my throat. In an interview, he discussed his childhood memories of growing up in Ghana. Okay, so all right, so maybe it looks like it's not that he's been fired. It kind of made it sound like when he's stepping back. My immediate thought was um, that he was like, because it says in the thing, editor in chief step aside amid rumors of rift. So I was thinking that he was leaving for good, leaving the magazine, but I guess not. It looks like he's got a new title. Well, let's look at this. Is this title really? They're making it, trying to make it sound like it's a promotion. See, but they could be obfuscating with this article because they don't want to put it out there that actually he's being demoted. They're not going to publicize that he's been demoted, but they don't explicitly say that he's been given a promotion either. They just said it's a different position. It's more global. So let's take a look at this. What is going on here? Was he basically fired or what? Or like from the Post? Did he have to leave uh, because of Anna Wintour, or is he just maybe he's just sick and tired of doing what he's doing and wants to do something else? Right? Just wants to do something where he can travel around more or whatever, or he may be doing more for the globalist New World Order agenda by doing a more global position. Let's find out what's really going on here with Meghan's buddy Enniful. All right, let's take a look at this situation and Meghan's potential influence and some of it and the globalist influence. I will be using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. It's a very pretty deck, a lot of fashionable looking women, sort of like a Vogue cover. So I have to tell you that cover he did with Meghan though, that Force to Change was that plagiarized cover they copied. I mean that was not good work. I'm sorry. And the two of them posing their pictures together on Instagram with little party hats. No, no, I don't know. I wasn't impressed. Now, I don't read Vogue, so I don't know how he was doing otherwise. Anyone who follows Vogue and the covers and what his work can tell me if he did better job. But the cover he did with Meghan. But I didn't blame him for the cover that Meghan did because we all know how Meghan is. Of course she wanted to change the publication date, right? She expected everybody to to go around her schedule, right? So it doesn't surprise me. So I didn't totally blame him for that fiasco. We blame Meghan, but he is part and parcel of it. But anyways, let's see what's going on in this situation where he's stepping back. And when I saw that he steps aside, it's exactly like Harry and Meghan, which we all know how Harry and Meghan ended up when they step back, right? So let's see what's really going on here. Was he effectively fired, or was he effectively promoted? Or was he just trying to escape Anna Wintour? Or is he just sick of working in his position? Because he apparently has been there a little while, not too long, but let's find out. Certainly not as long as Anna Wintour has. But anyways, let's take a look at NFL's stepping aside. What's going on here? Let's find out and how things work out. Shuffle the cards. I'm going to split the deck. Let's see what we get here. What's going on? All right, so what's the general situation with him stepping aside? Oh, not good. Seven of Cups reversed. So it could be too much pressure here, too much drama. I kind of see this as he's just like overwhelmed emotionally here, the situation. Now, like I said, there were rumors that he was playing power tripping games like Meghan does, and perhaps, uh, you know, things were turning against him. I mean, he was apparently trying to replace Anna Wintour. That's the rumor, anyways. But I do see that he was feeling overwhelmed, even by the gossip and whatnot, and everything online. But feeling emotionally overwhelmed, and the circumstances of it. Oh, magician reversed. I really don't think he did a very good job. He didn't have the skills. I mean, the magician upright is, you are the best You're the most talented. You have what it takes. You can do it. I don't think he does. I don't think he did. I'm just going by the Magician Reversed. Again, I don't follow Vogue or the covers. I'm not knowledgeable about fashion, although I do know it's a very serious matter for people who are. So you can let me know. Do you think he did good work? Because according to this card, he did not do good work. He was not good at what he did. And it was just getting worse and worse. And he's obviously pushing the DIE globalist agenda there, George Soros and all the rest. So, four of coins reversed. He could not hold on to it. Maybe he was losing money as well. And I think also that he was perhaps uh, trying to grab too much, trying to get more and more power and influence than he deserved, perhaps. But I'm getting that, he wasn't, not going well financially as well because of him. I just don't think, yeah. And I think it was getting up. So what's going on here? What led to this? Two of Cups. Oh, so I'm getting that he came to an understanding with maybe with Anna Wintour here, where they finally had a heart to heart about things, and the decision was made. So I'm getting it was an agreement. Now, also, they could have said, the agreement could have been like, look, we could do this the nice way or the not nice way. Either you take this new position as a globalist, whatever, or you leave. That could be the agreement. But I see an agreement he worked out here. They did it nicely, right? Because they're not just going to up and fire him outright. Wouldn't look good, right? So I do see that he came to an agreement. I think that perhaps, it was brought to his attention that it's just, something's not working out here in general, you know. Although it sounds from that article like he did good work as far as, getting diversity on the covers. But if he was really trying to make it genderless, that's yeah, that may have been like no. Genderless, really? What, you gonna have trannies in the entire magazine be trannies? I mean, is that what he means? He's gonna have people are gonna be looking through the magazine wondering, is this a male or a female thing? And because I don't think having men selling makeup works in my book. It's like, here, girls, you want to look like a tranny? Wear this makeup. I mean, just no, no. And that's what Vogue sells, right? Vogue sells makeup and female fashion, other female things. So yeah, I don't think that was going over very well. I don't think that was working. That could also be the magician reversed. He couldn't push the agenda. But there was that magazine he did with Meghan, and they outright plagiarized it. They stole it, and it was hideous. It was horrible. Meghan's a nightmare. Whole thing was a nightmare. And Meghan and Harry are crashing. So I think I find it very coincidental here that NFL is also being sort of removed from power or whatever at the same time. So I'm wondering, how did Meghan and her Forces of Change cover? How did that affect him, NFL, and his career? Princess of Coins. Okay, well, there was a lot of talk about the Duchess, right? I think it helped him a little bit, actually. I mean, it's positive. This is not a major arcana or anything, but I think that, that was a positive story for Vogue because it associated Vogue with the royals, and it did at the time bring a lot of attention, and people didn't realize how horrible Harry and Meghan were yet. They'd only it was 2019 and they only just begun to be the reign of terror that they are, the reign of stupidity, and so yeah, so actually, it was good for him that he did that with Megane, even though Megane is and was a nightmare. It actually sold some copies, even though it was totally plagiarized and all that. So it actually did help him, collaborating with her. That was a boost for him. So that did not harm his career. So we can't blame it on Meghan, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm seeing this as like this person's holding a bunch of magazines and oopsie. Yeah, so I don't think they were selling enough magazines in general. Yeah, and possibly they blame him. I mean, if you're not selling magazines, they cut off the CEO or the editor, right? There you go. That's who gets the faults. It goes to the top. The buck stops here. So I do think sales are down, and but it's not Meghan's fault. We can't blame it on Meghan. Not this time. But she certainly didn't help, though, I don't think. But anyways, did he expect? Okay, NFL. Did he expect to have to step aside right now? Was he expecting this? Three of Swords. Ooh, he was not happy. But I get a yes. He was expecting it, but it was a very upsetting thing for him. Very difficult for him. Very, very angry. A lot of anger here. Things not going well in general. And he may have heart problems. I don't know if he got the you know what, but I often see that with the myocarditis, pericarditis. But that aside, I'm asking if he expected it, and I'm getting a yes, but very unhappily so. And then I asked, just for the heck of it, I'm like, did Megan expect this? Did she expect this news and everything? Ooh, Eight of Swords reversed. Oh my. No, I don't believe she was. I do not believe she did. And I see this as Megan, looking at herself in the mirror there. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I think maybe she did some magic for him, trying to keep him in his position or something. But no, she didn't see it coming. This would have been upright, would have been like seeing it coming, seeing it. She did not see it coming. No, she's too self involved to be caring about other people's careers. Even though he was an ally, still, she was not keeping up with everything. So, no, I get a no there. She did not. Of course, she knows now, but I don't think she expected it. She did not. Okay, so next. I asked, what worked against NFL in this position as the editor there? What worked against him? I want to look at what worked against him and what worked for him. So what worked against him? I got Knight of Cups reversed. The fighter here, the New World Order fighter pushing the DIE, diversity, inclusivity, equity, right? So he was, an insincere because I have it reversed. So what worked against him was that he was a fighter for the New World Order, Satanist, globalist there, and he was also a very dishonest person and insincere and untrustworthy and pretending to be. I mean, you see that picture of him with Megan, and it's just so fake and phony, everything. But that's part of that business, I guess. But I don't know. Anna Wintour is not going around. She's always very serious. So I don't think you have to be that way. But I think he was. He was a bit of a liar. He's a bit of a player, I guess you could say. So he was on. They didn't trust him, and he was also a problem child. I think he was. I believe the rumor that he was aggressively pushing for more power because this is an aggressive card, but it's in a passive aggressive kind of way. Like he was probably insinuating things like, we think it's about time Vogue had a black, America Vogue had a black editor in chief. Don't you think so? And I went to her, like saying basically and hinting that he should get her job. So I do think there was some in like a more subtle, but still the message was clear. He was trying to push the agenda and pushing himself. So I do think that that was going on for sure. I'm getting that. And there's sneakiness about him. This is also very, or can be sneaky as well. He could have been pulling some sneaky stunts, and Anna Wintour found out about it. So what helped him stay in his position as editor before he stepped back? What helped him stay? Oh, Ten of Coins. There's the globalist. He's with Condé Nast. Condé Nast owned by, who owns Condé Nast? Is it the Rothschilds directly, or is it some other their buddies? Whoever it is, they're globalists. You know it. So yeah, they kept him in power. He's very wealthy, and he's connected to a lot of very wealthy people. He's part of the club. He's part of the satanic club there. Yep. So they always have a job for him. That's why he's not fired. He's being given another position. He's one of them. And next card I asked, how do the globalists, Illuminati, Satanists, whatever, how do they affect? I want to see what their effect on him. I do get that he is part of them, but how strongly do they affect him in his career? Oh my, King of Swords reverse. Ooh, that is the Illuminati globalist Satanists. There's one of their cards. They are criminals. The Obamas, Clintons, and all the rest of them. George Soros. So, yeah, they're very much an influence. Secretively, though. Reverse, I guess secretively, and of course, criminally. Because King of Swords is acting criminally and being a murderer and everything else. Crimes against humanity. So, yeah. Oh, they're with him. He's with them. They're influencing. Not a major arcana, so they don't have complete control, but they're very strong presence, influence. Everyone knows who NFL is with, just like everyone knows who Harry and Meghan are with, right? They're prancing around, Bill Gates and others, Aspen Institute, etc., etc. So everyone knows, and everyone knows NFL is connected to this agenda, this tranny agenda, New World Order agenda. So pushing for those tranny and a genderless Vogue. Yeah, I mean, come on, you know. So there you have it. It's just interesting because he said he's gay, right? But if he doesn't believe in gender, how can you be gay? Because gay is saying that you like a specific gender, your own gender, right? See, it doesn't make any sense. And oh, by the way, I did post a link in the community tab about What is a Woman is now available for free. So go watch it. It's an excellent movie. And of course, and you can point out his movie explicitly shows that nobody in the tranny New World Order movement, nobody can define what a woman is the bottom line because they're so in this fantasy deception and lies, and they're trying to make everybody believe these lies. So and who deals with lies? Satan. It's Satanism. The heart of it's Satanism, which Target has already, like I've said before, Target has already made perfectly clear by hiring an actual Satanist to make sweatshirts that say Satan likes pronouns and try and sell them at Target. Okay, so NFL's one of them, obviously. Anyways, so what's going to happen? Well, will NFL work with Meghan again? That's what I'm wondering. Will they work together again? Ooh, a three of wands reversed. I don't think so. They might do something like on social media, like something low key, but or secretively, but not a big show of it. No. I think the first time was such a disaster, he doesn't want to repeat it either. No one wants to work with Megan. But he doesn't he's not looking much better than her though. I gotta tell you. How will his career go as a global whatever he's becoming? Ooh, two of wands reversed. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing much better in that job than he did in his previous job, which wasn't good at all, as we can see with the magician reversed. He wasn't good at it. I'm sorry, I'm getting here. He was not. Not that he's not knowledgeable and capable to a certain extent, but not enough to hold the position that he was in. I'm getting that he did not have what it takes. He shouldn't have been there. That's what I'm getting. And that's part of the reason or main reason he's out besides that not selling much and being power hungry being dishonest and pushing too hard and trying to get more power that he didn't deserve. So it was agreed. An agreement was made. Now that could have been him and Anna Wintour, or Anna Wintour and the globalists. Anna Wintour might have just gone straight to his globalist buddies at Condé Nast and said, "Look, he's got to go. He can't do this anymore. It's not working out." So some agreement was made, and NFL was out, and NFL he did not really expect it. And he was not happy about it. It was very painful for him to, have to leave because he had a powerful position that he enjoyed the power. But yeah, absolute power absolutely corrupts, don't you know? And it looks like his career is like going to be traveling here and there, be much, much more low key, and he'll learn a lot, travel a lot. So I'm sure it'll be fun. He's better off in the long term. I'm sure he'll be happier. But he's not going to be an editor anywhere like as major a publication as Vogue again. That's not going to happen again. I don't see that happening. Don't see it. No, not happening. All right, so that is what I see. So now we've got it clear. He did not do his job well. He's pushing for too much power. Meghan did not cause him to have to step aside. Some sort of agreement was made here, probably with the Illuminati, globalists, and Anna Wintour to boot him out. And that's that. He's gone. Gone. He's not coming back, and he's got a new job traveling around the world, having a good time meeting people. He has a charmed life, don't worry. He's supported by very, very wealthy people. His life is set, not boo hoo hooing for him. I'll tell you what, he's got a better life than the rest of us will ever experience, probably, most of us. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.